Hello, STEM Early College families. This is Dr. Williams coming to you with some important reentry updates. I decided to do a video this time so that you would have the opportunity to pause and rewind and replay pertinent update information. This presentation is going to have the details of reentry to include web addresses and QR codes that you may need for various tasks related to reentry. This video is for those who are re-entering, as well as those who are remaining remote. If your questions aren't answered at the conclusion of this video, always feel free to call the school at 336-370-8580, and we're happy to answer your questions. Our goal is to make re-entry as seamless as possible and make sure that we are upholding the safety of all people involved. So please watch this video thoroughly, and if you have any questions at the end, reach out to us. Let's begin.
On February 8, 2021, the Guilford County Schools Board of Education adopted a reentry plan. The reentry plan is on the chart you see before you on the screen. I'm just going to take a second to explain the various dates that apply to your student for reentry. If your student is a ninth grader, look along column 1, noted week 1, row 2 that says grade 9 cohort A. All of our ninth graders are in cohort A, and they will be returning to school on Monday, February 22nd. But on Tuesday, February 23rd, our school is giving the ACT to juniors. So your students in cohort A or ninth grade will not come to school on Tuesday, February 23rd. Instead, cohort A will re-enter on Monday, February 22nd, and then they will re-enter on Monday, March 1st, and Tuesday, March 2nd. 10th graders, or cohort B, will re-enter on Thursday, March 4th, indicated in column 4 of week 2, March 4th and March 5th. Again, sophomores, or cohort B, will re-enter on Thursday, March 4th and Friday, March 5th. As a continuation of the explanation of cohorts, as in the previous slide, I wanted to take a second just to go back over the cohorts again. So our freshmen are cohort A. They're going to come to school on Monday and Tuesday of each week. And then our sophomores are cohort B, and they will come to school on Thursday and Friday of each week. As I said, the first day of face-to-face for cohort A, or ninth graders, is February 22nd. And then the first day of face-to-face for cohort B, or sophomores, is March 4th. The daily schedule that you see below is the new bell schedule. School will now begin at 10:20 and conclude at 4:40 each day. Classes begin live with teachers teaching at 10:30 and will end at 4:40 to allow transition for car riders, for students to collect their belongings and clean up, and then bus riders will be released at 4:50. Our school has a reentry team that has worked consistently to make sure policies, protocols, and procedures are clear and concise for all involved. The members of the team are Mr. Wall, Mr. McKnight, Ms. McLean, Ms. Massey, and I. So the following information that you will see is a function of the work of the reentry team as well as the policies and procedures of Guilford County Schools. So if you are returning to school, there are several requirements for you to return. Obviously, you're going to have to follow all safety protocols and guidelines, request bus transportation if needed, complete the STEM Early College Safety 101 Canvas course, log into Canvas each day, and then familiarize yourself with the cohort schedule for face-to-face and remote. I want to remind you here that if you are in a cohort and you are returning, you will only return to school 2 days per week, Monday and Tuesday if you're a freshman, and Thursday and Friday if you were a sophomore. All other days in the week, or the 3 remaining days that you are not face-to-face, will be remote learning days. So now I'm going to talk through the various requirements for reentry. If you're reentering and you need bus transportation, please click on the QR code on this slide. So this will be a great time to pause. And it's going to take you directly to the GCS bus transportation request. Or you can click on the bit.ly or type it in to your own computer, and it will also take you to the bus transportation link. Now, because of the tiered busing system, there will be some delay in your request being approved. But if you need that transportation, go ahead and request it and then let the school know that you have requested transportation, and we will follow up with the transportation office to determine who has requested transportation and if that has any impact on who is showing up for school each day. So the information you see before us is for the STEM Early College Safety Protocols Canvas course. The reentry team thought it value added to the reentry process. If students engage in a course that discusses safety protocols, procedures, and expectations, there are 5 modules in this course, and each module addresses a specific part of reentry that's important for all of our safety and security. For example, hand washing or social distancing. So we're asking that all students complete the Canvas course prior to reentry on Monday, February 22nd for freshmen and Thursday, March 4th for sophomores. You can enter the course by going to gcs.instructure.com/register and adding the join code 78EXC8. I will also email you an individual link where you can join the course as well. The next requirement for reentry is the daily attestation form. Attestation is the process of you attesting or promising that you haven't had any COVID exposures, symptoms, fever, etc. within the last 14 days. During our testing time, we did individual sheets of paper to students to return for attestation. Now our school district has moved to an app, iCrisis Go. This is an online safety iPass or app that you can use to pre-certify that you haven't had any exposure to COVID prior to coming to school. Each student has to complete the daily attestation before entry every day. You can click on the QR code here to gain access to iCrisis Go for your students each day. Once you complete the attestation questions, you will get a green QR code that denotes entry into the school building for that day. If you are unable to complete the iCrisis Go attestation electronically, there will be paper forms at the school for students to complete. But in the interest of time and reentry, we are really strongly suggesting that students use the iCrisis Go app or click on the QR code each day and complete it on their phone for reentry. Next, I'm going to talk about the requirements for remote learning. So if you have decided to remain remote for spring 2021 and you are not re-entering school, these are some actions that you will need to take. You'll need to familiarize yourself with the new remote learning schedule. You need to contact your teachers if you need additional course materials. Ask Ms. McLean if you have technology needs or Wi-Fi concerns. Our school does have resources to support you with those requests. You still have to log into Canvas each day, access your assignments via Canvas, and engage by tuning into the live sessions that teachers are offering. And we're going to also ask that you turn your cameras on. Turning your cameras on is a way for our teachers to know that you're there, you're actively listening, and that you're engaging. This is a strong request. So please, if you're able to turn your cameras on each day for class, that is a great way to engage with the instruction that is happening. I get emails every day from families asking if they can still select the remote learning option. The answer is absolutely. You can go to gcs.schoolmint.net/welcome back and follow the steps in the video linked on this slide to register for remote learning for the spring. You need to make sure once you're in SchoolMint that you are looking at the 21 school year. That way the system knows that you are selecting the spring option. If you are selecting the remote learning option, you are still enrolled in STEM Early College and you are still going to receive instruction from our own teachers. If you select this option, we will be able to identify who you are within 24 hours via a spreadsheet update from SchoolMint that comes directly to my account. As previously mentioned, here are some of the questions that I want to make sure I answer for you. Yes, you are still enrolled in STEM Early College if you select the e-learning academy at STEM Early College via SchoolMint option. Yes, you will still have STEM Early College teachers if you select this option. Our schedule will change, but they will be the same teachers delivering the same instruction as the face-to-face students. It will just be delivered remotely as it currently is. And will you be able to return to school at any point during the semester if you select this option? The answer to that question is this decision is still being made. As I receive updates regarding reentry for remote students, I will provide those to families as soon as possible. So you may wonder what happens next in this process. So for this week, we started the week on Monday, February 15th with the teacher workday. Next week, Monday, February 22nd, Cohort A, or the Blue Group, will return for their first day of face-to-face instruction. On Tuesday, February 23rd, our school will administer the ACT, and all students will be virtual except for the juniors who are taking the ACT. On Monday and Tuesday, March 1st and 2nd, Cohort A, the Blue Group, or ninth graders, will return for their second week of face-to-face instruction. On Thursday and Friday, March 4th and 5th, Cohort B, or the Gold Group, our sophomores, will return to school for their first engagement with face-to-face instruction. March 11th is a mandated teacher workday, and there will be no school or class for either group. And then March 29th through April 7th is spring break for everyone. So I wanted to give you a general overview of what's going to happen next in terms of reentry for those who are coming to school as well as for those who are going to be remote. And finally, a huge thank you to all of our families. We really couldn't do this without your support. Reentry has lots of details, but if we all work together, we can all reenter safely. It's our goal to make sure our students have a great learning experience, whether they're remote or whether they are face-to-face. And for this reason, I felt that this video was a necessary step in making sure that our school community is on the same page regarding things that have to happen for all. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for your questions, and thank you for being willing to trust us with your students, both online and face-to-face. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call 336-370-8580, or you can email me at williaj7@gcsnc.com. We look forward to future engagement with you. Be safe, stay well.